City code violations in one neighborhood have residents fighting back. More than 70 homes in Austin's Fairview neighborhood were cited this year for improvements that were done without permits, in some cases decades old. But neighbors did some digging of their own and claim the city isn't practicing what it is enforcing. New at 6, KXAN's Chris Sadeghi tells us what one resident found at city pools. Chris?
Robert, it's not what they found, it's what they didn't find at places here like Deep Eddy Pool. The residents were cited for missing permits. Turns out the city's missing a few also.
I have a lot of paperwork.
The paperwork is piled up for Loopy Anglia in the past few months, all for some home improvements she made nearly 40 years ago.
Why they put the burden on people like us, you know? We're elderly people.
But they are people who are fighting it all the way. A neighborhood committee has hired an attorney, and one resident sent us this information he obtained from the city that shows 44 of the 45 city pools do not have their original permit on file. So they want to know why the different rules.
What our planning division said is that at the time that they were built, they met the requirements.
We tried to get some answers, and we're told by city departments that permits may not have been required at the time pools like Deep Eddy were built back in the 1920s. But Loopy and others say if you are retroactive one place, you should be that way everywhere.
It's been 35 years since we built the enclosed garage.
We work closely, very closely with the health department to make sure that all of the pools are safe and for the public.
Victor Avalle with the Parks and Rec says unlike Fairview, they have never received a letter of non-compliance for not having permits, but are constantly working to make sure their pools are up to code. Neighbors here say the city is being selective.
We're going to find out why is it that they picked on one neighborhood when I'm sure that the whole city has a lot of this going on.
And even though Parks and Rec says they do regularly monitor the pools, I did talk to one employee in the planning department who says since this information was presented to them, they will go back, take a look at all their pools just to be on the safe side. We're live in Central Austin. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN, Austin News.